Hey everyone, welcome to the Geo Community Call for August 17th. Hope everyone had a great weekend. We've got a big week this week. We are going to be doing our hopefully final testing, rolling things out with some splashy new product features. We rolled things out, I think, around Friday. So hopefully, if you've logged into Geo, you've seen a bunch of new features, a beautiful front page. We'll have Preston, I think, walk through the latest changes there. We are doing some final polish on some of the debate stuff and looking to really get everybody testing it out later this week. So we'll talk through the strategy for that, but really excited to get people onboarded. And it feels like things are really shaping up and it's looking really good. And I'm really excited about the great work that the product team has done and initial curators organizing content. Great work, everyone who's already gotten started there, and excited to open that up to the next wave. Um, uh, Thanks for everyone for joining. I should always say that before we start. And of course, as usual, we're going to have Davila run the agenda. So Davila, over to you.
Hi, everybody. Another very interesting call planned for today. I'm very excited. A lot of interesting things we're going to share. So, welcome, everybody. It's very fun to see so many well-known names, if not faces. So, welcome, welcome. And today we're going to have a product update by Preston, some of these fun features that Yaniv mentioned. We have a new main space editor, Kevin. Some of you may already know him. He'll tell a little bit about himself for those who don't. Then we have a curator demo following up on our previous fact-checking discussions by Asadullah. Armando has prepared another amazing demo on a different topic this time, sources and sourcing, no less important. I'm going to share a call exclusive bounty for everybody's on the call, a little bit more on that later. And as always, leaderboards and content highlights by our editor team. So Preston, please kick us off with product. Okay, I think we may have lost Preston.
Seems like muted.
Kevin, why don't we start with you then and give Preston a little bit of time?
Unmute myself there. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Kevin, pharmacist. So I've met a lot of you already, but for everybody that doesn't know, I'm a practicing pharmacist now for the last about 20 years now. I've been in a lot of different venues. I've been in several hospitals, post-acute care, done high value claim, managed care type stuff. I've been in a lot of different avenues in the last like 15, 20 years. But my journey here, which I feel is like way more exciting, started in like 2021. I got on a call that Yaniv was hosting with, I think, Brandon Ramirez. And I remember getting off that call and being like, that guy was actually saying stuff. Like he was saying things that I think resonated. I feel like this is actually like a thing. So I shortly thereafter, I met a student, a machine learning student in North Philly, and bought a 3060 off him, a used 3060, and that was the beginning of my journey. I was coming home from work and going into the basement and just working on stuff and trying to learn Linux. And so I had put a lot of work in to get to this point. And ultimately it just became the crossroads here. I moved across the country for my wife's new job. We had a kid, and I had some time finally. I was able to put some hardware together, and this just happened to pop up. I know everybody was working for the last 3 years really, really hard on it, which I soon learned. But yeah, it just popped up and kind of the perfect time for me. So the things that I've worked on so far, the pharma space you may have seen, it really helped me get my feet wet. It helped me work with other people on ontology and kind of figure out how this thing can power stuff that's in my brain or how I can contribute. That was kind of the first thing you may have seen me do, but I'm very interested in a lot of things and very passionate about a lot of things too. Agents Hub is the space that I'll be in now. I've been doing a lot of work with agents, and U.S. politics is also something that I'm very interested in and have a lot of opinions on. So I'm excited to kind of start getting my feet wet in those spaces. My vision and why I'm so excited to be here is because the first call was about meritocracy. And I think up to this point, I kind of had that beaten out of me a little bit, if I'm being honest. Meritocracy and the idea of working harder and getting ahead kind of it started to not resonate quite as much. And I was kind of wondering if there were people like you out here. And so this has given me a jolt, just seeing that you all exist. Over the last 9 months and learning like that this place is real. I'm waking up earlier, I'm drinking my coffee blacker and hungrier to just learn and do stuff here. So that it exists is amazing. And I'm just going to continue to try to keep my head down, interact with you, learn and build. This is the coolest thing that's happened in my career. And I've done a lot of cool things. Um, this is the coolest thing. So thank you for the last 9 months and I'm ready to go.
Thanks, Kevin. Very, very exciting to have you, and looking forward to every other curator having access to your to things that you've learned on Geo as well. So good luck. Although I'm sure you won't need it. Preston, welcome back.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yep. Well.
Awesome.
Clear.
Awesome. That's good. Yeah. Thanks, Kevin. Like Davila said, it's been awesome having you. You've done a great job. So yeah, I wanted to quickly show the new features that we implemented. So we're releasing this feature called debates. And so essentially what that is going to mean is you'll see if you go to the AI space or any other space, there's all debates tabs at the top. You can click on that and see an infinite scroll view of debates. So you can see it's something like this. You know, you can open comments for those debates, upvote, downvote them. You'll be able to see the claims that were mentioned in the debate and share those debates as well. To enter the debate flow, really this is going to be driven by upvote and what would have used to be upvote and downvote on these claims. But if you click the thumbs up or thumbs down on a claim now, you'll actually be doing an action called agree or disagree or verify dispute for a factual claim. And then those claims will kind of show up over here in this side panel, which you can access using this button here. And you'll be able to see all the claims that you voted on. You can toggle your intention to debate that claim on or off. You can then go explore new claims that you might want to debate. You can filter by space, sort claims, search, whatever you want to do. You can also go to people and you can actually request to debate an individual person. So for example, if I, request to debate Captain Mo, he would have just received a debate request from me. And if he accepts it, I will then be pushed into the debate flow. You can also request individual claims, but nobody else is online that has the opposite position of me on an individual claim right now. So I can't send one of those requests. But Captain Mo, if you want to accept this really quickly, we can kind of show what the flow looks like to debate an individual person. The other thing to point out while we're waiting on that is, oh yeah, there we go. So Captain Mo accepted it. I will be able to see Captain Mo's positions. You can see this reconnecting update up here that will be getting fixed here soon. We can see all claims here, and then I'll be able to also see Captain Mo's positions. My internet's a little bit slow, so it takes a second to load, but it should be much snappier if you have better internet. I can then kind of say that I want to take an opposing position than Captain Mo. Once that position registers and is indexed, I will be able to request the debate. We can enter the debate flow from there. See, that's the request debate button there. I just clicked exit debate so I can show you a couple other things on the AI home screen. The last thing I want to point out here is you now see this daily activities panel in your on any of the space homepages that you're a member of. And there you'll be able to actually complete daily activities. So for every space, there's kind of 3 main activities we want to encourage people to be completing. The first one is to complete this ranking for trending claims. The second one is to complete a ranking for trending topics. And the third one is to import a news story. So then if you scroll down to this news story block, you can now actually just do the link ingestion flow directly on this news story block to kind of do those three activities one after another here. And so once you do those, that'll complete your daily activities. And then at the beginning of the next day, this table will reset and you'll be able to complete those activities again. And that's set to 24 hours after you completed the first activities, not the beginning and end of the day. So just an FYI about the timing there. So those are the main things I wanted to point out. You'll see, claims you can or debates you can explore. Feel free to record debates of your own. If you have any feedback on the debate recording flow, please let me know in Discord, and we will be triaging bugs and getting things fixed as quickly as we can. Really wanting to kind of emphasize getting this flow really polished and running so that we can onboard people onto it. So any questions on the debate flow? I know I just kind of went through a lot of stuff.
It's a good thing we have a recording for every.
Yeah, and actually, before we ask questions, maybe just initial feedback. If anyone would share if you're seeing this for your first time, was it easy enough to follow? Any thoughts or general feedback?
The app with some curators, and it was quite intuitive, the UI. Everything went well on our part.
That's good to hear.
Awesome. Yeah, and one other thing is, in this trending claim section, it'd be good to kind of prioritize debatable claims because it's kind of the first thing you see here. So, if you think there's like a good claim from a news article that was published today, that would be like a great thing for people to be debating. It's a great thing to pop into the, trending claim section here.
Okay, thank you, Preston. Looking good on the debates. Excited to have as many people on there as possible, learning more about what people think. And please remember, you have also the ability to influence what gets debated by participating in rankings and expressing your positions on the front pages as well. And on the curator's end, we have Assad today with us, who has been working on fact-checking throughout the last couple of weeks and has some ideas to share in terms of workflow and results. Hey, Assad.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, okay, perfect. So let me share my screen.
Assad, maybe a couple of sentences about yourself, then on to the content.
Okay. So starting with my introduction, my name is Asad and my Discord ID is MetaBob, and I have been working in curators program from around 6 to 7 months. So today I will be demoing the workflow which I created, and the workflow works in this way that we have 7 stages, and each stage has its agents working, and it starts from the sweep where the priority content I give it, like let's start with the world affairs. We have the topics there, so I give the agents the topics, and then it sweeps through the data we have there. And then the second one is that it goes through the proposals which are for the curators, and if any curator has already like corrected the claim defects which were found by the sweep results, it skips that and then moves to the next stage. So should I share my screen so I can like show you better?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so these are the basically the ranks. We like the agents mark these as the duplicates wrong date, and these are then classified as critical or moderate or the minor ones. So I will be just going through the slides, so I don't take much time. So basically, these are the steps through which the agents go. First one is the sweep, where they go through all data. Then the liveness, where they check the proposals to see if already something is fixed. Then the rank, where the defective claims which are passed are ranked into the criticals to the minor issues. And then we have the refute. Basically, the refute process is like the agents oppose the verifications which were done by the previous agents. So they also start doing the verifications from the web, and if the corrections are good to go, then they pass them. So I will show you the numbers, the refute process filtered out. Okay, so this is how the agents work on the sweep. Like each agent get a single claim, and 8 agents, depending on the machine capability. Like my M3A runs 8 agents at a time, so each agent get a claim, and they start searching it on the web, and then they like store it in the memory we have. Okay, so basically, the time before I made this presentation, there were 273 uh, claims which were checked, and from them, 197 claims were those which had some issues with them, starting from the critical to the minor ones, and 76 were like issueless. There was no issue with them. Then coming to the like the durability of the agent. So basically, it might be possible that when the agents are working and they stop midway, so maybe the research gets lost. So I have like made let's say local storage, because it's not live. The front end I will show you, it's not live, so I'm doing this all on local. And then this is the refute process, where the things happen like the agents oppose, and then we finalize the claims. And okay, so now you can see that 524 claims were examined, from which 120 were fully verified. Like they were filtered down from the refute process, and from the verifications, like from the proposal, etc. So I had 120 fully verified claims which I had in the end, and these are the stats from them. Like 12 were critical from them, and 33 were major, and the total critical ratio was 38% from them. Okay, so now let's move to the front end I made. So basically, I have this front end where we have all the errors which are found, and the corrections which are live. Basically, I submitted the proposals today. There were 3 of them, and they had 45 corrections which are live now. So it's a record keeping for me. And then there are the sweep results. From the 524, we had the duplicate, vague, wrong date. So they are all stats we have, and the agent count, that like 70 agents were used in verifying this data. Then we have the verification. This is the survival rate basically, which was done in the refute process. So you can see in the text correction there was 31% rate. So 103 verification were dropped by the refute process. Then in the publish, it's the same thing. Let me move to the structure. Okay, so I was working on this on the weekend. So basically, before what the agents were working on, this is different from them. It searches the relations, and it corrects the broken relations. Like, let me show you. I had these things found in the Geo. Like, there were 90 claims which were linked to the wrong entity. Like, you can see that this is the Iran, uh, which has a type property person, and there are 90 claims which are linked to it. And then I had another Iran, which was this one, and it has 67 claims which are linked to them. So the agent brought these out, and it has all the things like United States also as a person, and it has 60 claims linked to it. So basically, it's showing me the stats that what issues are. I'm still working on refining it, but uh, the next is the merge process, that how we create a new, type in all the existing claims, and then delete the previous wrong entity we have. So yes, this was from my side. So if you have any questions or something like that.
Amazing, great work. Super cool to see. Is this have you published this on GitHub?
I will do it today, because I didn't get the time. So yeah, I will do it today.
Exciting. Yeah, I love this. Is this like a format that people would see maybe sharing with each other? I'm trying to think about how we should integrate this, because it's a really cool project.
Yeah.
Part of me wonders whether, having a link to something like this would be a good thing to have, like either in the governance flow, or I don't know, something like that. How would people see
Uh-huh.
themselves using?
Yes, because to be honest, this workflow was built for myself, but I thought that it would be good, and also Ahmed advised me that I should demo this workflow. So at the first place, this was made for myself, but of course, I will make it in this way that other people can use it as well because it's quite helpful, to be honest. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Asad. When you're ready with the GitHub, please share it and I'll incorporate it, help people find it as well.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you
Okay,
very much. Any other
you're
questions
welcome.
for Asad? Cool. Thanks, Asad. It was a pleasure having you here. Keep on the good work. I'm looking forward to what you're going to do next. I saw you were also working on claim organization. So if you have an interest
Yes.
to share there, would also be awesome to see it at some point.
It's being worked on, so I can't share it right now. Maybe next time, yeah.
Sounds amazing. Thank you, Asad. Okay, next on our agenda, we have Armando. So Armando shared some applications for fact-checking last week as well. Please, if you're interested in it, a link to it is available on Discord on the announcement channel and the meeting minutes from our last call. It's still up and available for you to check it out. And today Armando is sharing about sources and sourcing. Armando, floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. So, just before I start, just a quick comment regarding merging and cleaning on Geo. I would suggest to have a look on the cleaning skill and the content management repo in Geo Explorer, not Geo Browser, but Geo Explorer. These skills carry a set of rules to help for merging. We set rules based on the type of entity. Some entity are canonical, they are hosted in root space. Other entity are as claim can be ranked or can be vote, so they have priority. They cannot be merged and they need to be moved. So there are way to do it. We will be very pleased to teach you and to show you all, but please get in touch with us or at least have a look on this geo cleaning skill. It will be a great help for you. I will start my little demo of the week. I would love to go back on source and sourcing, which was the first part of my demo the previous week. I will I will try to initiate to raise a conversation around some ontology, around some point in ontology, some types. And I will present you a bit, I will speak a bit about my ER workflow and about an idea regarding the fact check. Okay? So regarding the source, first of all, we have to let you know that this week we start with a narrow list for GeoNews. We now have more than 200 outlets which are uploaded on Geo, the same that the GeoNews app is using. So we align the injector with this source. That means that only the source from this list will be allowed to be injected. This is a dynamic list. It will be updated constantly to allow the inclusion of the best outlet. And for sure, we want your cooperation for submitting source. Submitting a source is as simple as submitting a claim. You just need to add a claim. For example, the daily mate should be included in the list of source for GeoNews in the World Affairs space. We will vote, we will debate the claim, and we will include the source. So I would love having dynamicity around this, like having you proposing source, checking the existing source and debating if they should be on the list or no, and whatever we can do to define the reputation, the bias, and so on. You are very welcome to participate. If you want to carry the existing list on Geo, you can use the AI assistant. You can drop a simple prompt like list all publisher with the tag news worker. It should give you the list. I tested before the call. I need to be honest, it's not working as it should. We will be working on the AI assistant this week to make sure that very soon you will be able to carry whatever you want. You can obviously carry directly by the API.
That's when you join in, Terry.
So you can, sorry, you can carry directly also the list of existing source from the API. I've been working on the source tab. I went back to the source tab. I went back this week on the EI space, and have been working on tagging and on defining the ontology for using multiple type as source. Okay, so as you can see, you have the tab source like this now in EI. I will align those space very soon. We will start with GeoNews. So as you are seeing, GeoNews is a list of source available by space, working with the app, and by then working through the injection. Okay, you can use all this list. You have more than 200 source right here. I create a new type, the type blog. Okay, this type allows us to be able to drill down on every section of a website from an important project, such as OpenAI, one different blog as a newsroom, a developer blog, a blog for release. We have the same logic with Anthropic, we want more blog yet, same for NVIDIA, etc. So I'll start repertorying all the main blog from all the main project in AI. You can see the ontology of the new type blogs. I also I've been working on the tab on the page, sorry, that page for journalist, influencer, researcher, and CEO as source in the EI space. That means that we are focusing right now on the X account. Okay, so if you look to somebody now, you will see that we add some new property that I will explain you in a minute. We no, yes, I will explain you credibility and relevance score. I add them for 74 people. They are for no mocks. It's just for you, just to demo how they work. Please don't take them account. We will work. I will work hopefully with you together on credibility and bias so for reputation for the next week, and we will be able to adjust these scores for them to show like real credibility and real relevance. It's just some test around the ontology here. Okay. Speaking about ontology, I will accelerate the relay. I see you. I see the clock is running. So property, I want to, as I was telling you, I would like to have a very short conversation
Okay, guys, let's actually.
regarding the use of the properties. I show you during the past week that I was adding to some roles. I was using the properties, sorry for the redundancy, the properties, which allow to add properties to a role. This way, we are not overloading a schema. For example, in this case, person, the schema type for person is already very overloaded. And when we want to add some specific property, instead of adding them to the schema, which can make no sense for some people, I made the choice to adding them to the role with the way I just showed you. So that brings us to another point. We will go very fast on it. No, first of all, sorry, I have a question for you, Preston, if you're still around. I've been trying to apply the properties property to some tag, in this case to the tag source accounts. As you can see, you have property here. They are not showing when I apply the tag. I think there is something blocking them. Maybe the fact that tags and type are property for all the types. So if you can have a look on it and you can help me with it. I was willing to use a source account tag to show the property. I had to use the roles.
I will take a look and we can get it sorted out.
Cool. Thank you very much. The properties is a trick from Preston. That's why it was suggested by Preston, and I am using it. I start using it for politician, and now I am extending it to CEO and so. So the other way to add many property to an entity is entity relation types. It's I think I should come back on this next week. A conversation I would like to have. It's code versus exerb. We have an historical issue using the code type on Geo is whenever you use the code type, you have another properties. And sometimes it's confusing when you are using the extract of an article, for news article, for example. The extract will be the author of the extract is the author of the article or is the author of one code cited in the article. So it's confusing. So I would like to propose a new type for extract from post, article, papers, and so on. It will be the type excerpt. It don't sound very well, I'm not sure, but I would like to suggest it because it would allow to keep the code type only to quote somebody, so it will be some kind of claim, but with an author. Okay, so here, if you have some thought about it, I would like to have some feedback. I will continue while you are preparing your question with AI workflow because I'm very proud to present you my very first super agent. I name it a super agent because I create a galaxy of agents all running together to complete the very basic of Geo, which are avatar, descriptions, URL, and so. They are all, each agent is on task. They are all performing research plugged to a specific API. And then you have a layer of manager checking all the data, and then a layer of controllers, and then a layer of chief editor who are ready to publish. I was able to test it this morning, and I'm super pleased with it because I was able in 14 minutes to complete the work that usually take more than 2 hours for me to complete. So it's working. To be able to make it work, I've been working. So I'm feeding it with all the skills created by the the content dev team. Sorry, and I've been working on some skills to improve the function of the agent. So I've been creating a geo described master skills, which is covering uh, and standardizing all the description, doing verification on internet to ensuring the accuracy of the description. We've got a geo-described type and property, which is working on describing type and property for our ontology. And then geo-avatar skill, which is uh, collecting the avatar from the different social, normalizing them to geo, and making them ready to publish. To finish, sorry, I forgot last week, and I start working with my dear Bishop. So we are working on the concept and the idea. I find this is cool to fact check data we are adding to Geo, but it will also be cool to fact check data already existing on Geo. In particular, to be able to control how current and how accurate are all entities. So the idea will be the example. The practical example is a case from Warren Buffett. If you go to Geo, you will see that his description point him as chief executive, CEO of Berkshire Hathaway is not CEO since more than 6 months. So this entity need to be updated. We cannot going back ourselves on thousand of entity. So we start to think and to design a process to be able to do fact check, rewind fact check, as we call it. So it will check Geo backwards. That's basically all what I have done this week, what I would like to do during the next one. I will share the demo on Discord right after the call for you to have a look on it. If you have questions or comments, especially around ontology, please.
Amazing as always, Armando. Some props for you in the chat as well. Please take a look. Looking forward to what you're going to bring next week. Seems like every week we're getting more and more different tools and skills how to interact with Geo more easily. So it's very exciting to see how we're developing these, and looking forward when we're going to have these on the hands on the of the rest of the curators taking full bonuses of these. Thank you very much, Armando.
Thank you. And thank you, Preston, for fixing the tag.
No problem.
Okay, next segment for today's call is call exclusive bounty. I'm going to share with you guys. It's already in the chat, so please come to take a look there. We're trying out a new feature on the call as a thank you for everyone to joining and participating in the chat and with the demos. We're launching this activity. So this week it's make your personal space yours bounty. We really wanted to give you something creative and open to do. So what we would like to invite you guys to do this week is to beautify your personal spaces and make them yours. We really want to get to know you better, see what you guys are passionate about, what you like, and give you some freedom to express your hobbies on Geo. It's also going to help everybody to get to know you better once the debates launch. People will have even more visibility on who's doing what on the platform. So it would be nice for people to be able to visit your personal space and see what you're all about. So we're looking forward to you beautifying your personal spaces throughout the week and featuring some of the best work during next week's call. So the link to the bounty is in the chat. Please go in there, click that you're interested, and we have editors online who are going to allocate you this bounty. Looking forward to what you're going to do with your personal spaces throughout the week. On to what's been going on throughout the last week. We had great submissions. Top submissions of the week. For AI, it was Maxim with his agent taxonomy graph. We've seen a demo of it a couple of weeks ago, so congrats, Maxim, on finishing this. Very well done. And we're also talking with Maxim how to incorporate his work to the agents hub space as well for everyone to benefit from the work. Then we have Salim in crypto, working on crypto security audit firms. Adam with health news stories, Assad, who has just shared the demo with us on US and NATO claims, probably using the great tools and agentic work on the bounty. And we have Lisa on US politics and news stories. So with that said, I'd like to invite our editors to share some of this great work that we saw that was happening on Geo throughout the week. Ahmed, would you please jump on and share what's going on in world affairs?
Yes, of course. Welcome, everyone. I hope that you had a very productive week, as we did. So I'm going to share my screen and go ahead. So I wanted to start with what Asad was working on for the last few weeks. It is a huge bounty. He worked on 12 pairs. Each of these pairs can represent a topic by its own. As you can see that we have here two positions or two sides of this claim that can be debated. It can be more than a claim, it can be a topic. Just a second. Yeah. So when we go inside, we can see that these claims are organized Other than that, we can see that we have the sources. The sources also are organized. We can see that we have the supporters and the opponents. We can see that we have the opposing arguments. We can see that we have the supporting arguments. And I can say that this was very extensive work. It was not an easy thing to do. And as I was explaining before to you, that these were um, 12 pairs. So what I just shown you was one pair, half of pair. And like you can imagine that what I have just shown you, he has done it for 24 times. So it was first here for the NATO spending target, then it was about Trump tariff pressure, then it was about the Europe F-35 US defense reliance. After that, it was about the China policy. From there, we went to the enlargement doctrine and what was discussed by the NATO and the US around Iran war and the tensions. And we have the Turkey alignment. We have about the Greenland Arctic. We have about Ukraine NATO membership, the path for Ukraine to be a member of the NATO. We have the long-term support from the NATO to Ukraine. And we have also the collective defense credibility and Hungary, Slovakia about joining the NATO. So this took like 3 to 4 weeks of work. We have been working on this for a very long time. We are proud now to share it with you all. So I just wanted to say also thank you to Asad. It was a very extensive work. I think that we have covered the US NATO relationship extensively. And as you have seen, every pair has the two sides, and every side has the sources, the supporters and opponents. Like you can see here, the politicians that were opposing it. Like here we can see Pedro Sanchez from Spain, Zoran Milanovic, and we can see the supporters like Donald Trump, Donald Tusk, Keir Starmer. We can see each leader with his avatar, from which country he's a leader from which country, and we can see also the supporting and opposing argument. I want to say that each of these claims or arguments is fully sourced. We have the sources, and so these are factual, we can count them as factual claims. And that was a big part of this week. I'm not going to take more of your time, just a quick look at our topics that we have been redecorating the topics page. We were doing more tables, putting more tables, because to make it user friendly for everyone to come. Like you see, we have break it into 2 tables, and we are still going for more ideas. Debate claims are also ready. For the meantime, I would like to thank you all and pass it to the next editor, please.
Thank you,
Hello
Ahmed.
everyone.
Hey, Catalin.
How are you? How's everyone?
Great.
Okay, so let's take a look at the main page of the AI space first. Let's take a look at the trending claims. So the most popular claim right now is about the launching of GLM 5.3, which is a model with top-tier cybersecurity capabilities. Then we have a claim about the release of Gemini 3.7 Flash, and this claim should be higher in my opinion, It's about the SpaceX acquisition of Cursor, which is a very big news story from last week. Then we have a claim about the Alibaba releasing of open weights for Qwen 3.8 and a claim about ultrafast mod for GPT 5.6.
It kind of makes me wonder. So these are probably the biggest pieces of news in AI. I agree. It almost makes me wonder if we should be having two blocks. One that's maybe kind of like, more factual claims, and maybe one that's the more kind of controversial claims. Because I think it's nice to have like a ranked list of, the most important things that happened. But I guess, most people wouldn't debate any of these. And so I wonder if, kind of having a separate block that's showing what's the most controversial could be interesting.
I agree. I think that Geo lacks a newsletter kind of page where you can track the most important things that happen in a specific day with claims.
I mean, it feels like that's what this is, no, right? So
Yeah, this
this
is
is right. This is kind of the newsletter. Here are the top, like the digest. Uh, but I don't think this is going to work great for debates. So Preston, maybe we could try that out and see how that works, right? So because instead, you could say, you know, GLM is better than, Chat GPT or something. And that would be an interesting, I mean, that'd be a controversial claim. You definitely wouldn't get 100% agreement on that.
Yeah, so I was talking to Arturus about this a little bit. We have that like is factual tag. I would love to be more diligent about what gets included there, and then we could only include claims in this ranking that were debatable, and then this could really be like ranking those debatable claims. Is that
right now, from the ontology side, we have a kind of a simple solution at this point, which is we have a tag debate claim. And we add that tag on any claims that are sort of more debatable, high level, more controversial. I think like a simpler solution is to just have another ranking block that is just filtered with that tag. That would be like the simplest solution.
Yeah, we can try that and we can iterate on it. But I think there's a few different ways we could do it. We can take the rest offline, but just wanted to raise that. Cool. Sorry, Catalin. Didn't mean to interrupt.
no problem. So last week we had a lot of model launches in the AI world, and we covered the most important of them. One of them is GLM 5.3. Looks like China is launching more and more models, and they tend to be better and better. And here we have some debatable claims. For example, GLM 5.3 beats Cloud Opus 4.8 at coding. This is the debatable claim, my opinion. Or GLM 5.
One more note, and I'm sorry to interrupt again. Sorry, and I get in the middle. But at one point, I think we started like adding lots of periods at the end of these single sentence claims. I remember at one point we had like a guide that said if it's single sentence, no periods. If it's multi-sentence, add the periods. Is this a conscious choice we made at some point, or do we know where these are coming in from?
I might have probably update my content guidelines. I already moved them.
Cool.
Thank you for your feedback.
Also, quick note, Catalin, as you're saying that GLM 5.3 beats Claude is a good debate claim. And I see you already listed a position. So the way, so just for everyone else. So if you'll toggle the debate toggle on this claim, so now you hold this position. And people who disagree can actually be connected to debate.
Another interesting claim is that GLM 5.3 is the best model in the world at finding security vulnerabilities. This is also a debatable claim. Then we have some metadata about the model, and we have some benchmarks that are categorized. We have coding benchmarks and the score, cybersecurity benchmarks and the score, agenting benchmarks, reasoning benchmarks. And another model that was launched last week is Gemini 3.7 Flash. Here we have a claim that we can debate. Gemini 3.7 Flash is Google's most intelligent workhouse model for coding and agents. Then we have two other interesting claims about Gemini new safeguards against chemical, biological, and radiological misuse, and about safeguards for cyber offense. Then we have some metadata again, and some benchmarks categorized.
Thank
And
you.
the last model, yeah.
A lot of interesting content in AI, just just because we're limited time-wise. I'll ask to stop here, but I'll share all of these highlights on our Discord so people can check what amazing things we have. I see again we already have a debatable claim with 50% agreement, so definitely interesting things to check out. Thanks,
Thank
Katarina.
you.
All right.
Capital.
Yeah, everyone. So the crypto space has been busy. We have been ranking claims and trending topics, and there's been some interesting ones over the past week. So we have the August 26th White House Crypto Summit coming up on August 19th, where the president and the SEC chair are hosting some big executives in the crypto space. So we have executives from Coinbase, Ripple, A16Z, Chainlink, and so on attending the crypto summit. It's on August 19th at the White House. We have the officials attending, and then the crypto firms in the room in here. Of course, we have the sources, so news stories on Geo covering that, and then also lots of exposts we have imported to support the topic. Next up is the SEC innovation exemption. So the SEC is preparing to let tokenized stocks trade 24/7, and then also covering that with what's happening, the regulators, and a debate claim, which I strongly agree with. Stocks should trade 24/7. We also have the crypto bank charters. So bank regulators are opening national bank charters to crypto firms seeking to custody assets and settle payments under federal overweight. Also covering that, giving a little factual details around what's been happening. These are some of the firms seeking the charters covered on Geo. And then we also have a debate claim around that, which says crypto firms becoming banks defeats the point of crypto. I disagree to that, and I'm open to debating anyone that thinks otherwise. We also have a good submission from Salim Bashir, which is our top curator in the crypto space for the week. So he did some curation around crypto security audit firms. We have the full service security firms, formal verification and research-led firms, competitive and crowdsourced firms. So these are all project types in the crypto space with their details filled in. Thank you, Dovile, for the opportunity to showcase.
Capital Mo, what's up on the front page of crypto? What the trends and topics are claiming?
Yeah, these are the trending claims. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
So we have the tokenized stocks are just as legitimate as stocks brought through a traditional broker. We have Wall Street moving into crypto is good for crypto. So these are all claims around what has been recently happening in the crypto space over the past week. And then we have the topics also We have the Clarity Act still fresh in people's minds. We have the crypto bank charters, the SEC innovation exemption, institutional crypto adoption, and we are inviting more rankings from curators and editors alike.
And I see you already have divided opinions on some of these claims, so people can already try out the debates on these, right?
Yeah, this one's quite divisive. These two.
Okay, thank you, Captain Mo.
Yeah, thank you.
Then, what's up with health and US politics?
All right, happy to share, and I'll try to be quick to be mindful of everyone's time. All right, we'll take a look at the health front page first. We have trending claims. A few of these are more long-standing and including avoiding screens before bed meaningfully improves sleep. And another one that's a bit more trending is psychedelic therapy should be approved for anxiety and depression. Then we have our trending topics. A few top ones are sleep optimization, brain longevity, and cancer treatment breakthroughs. And then we'll take a look at last week we did an experiment and we launched a supplement ranking. And this is a high level supplement ranking. In the future, we can break it down by specific addressed needs. So it'll be interesting to see this filled out. So if you haven't ranked this yet, feel free to go to the health channel and submit your ranking. And we'll head over to US politics. This is in the process of being updated. So we have a few trending claims. Pushback on flock cameras in the US is a pretty big topic and has been ongoing for a bit. So we have a claim there and mail-in voting as well. And then transgender athletes has resurfaced again as a pretty major topic in the US. And then following the Candace Owens and Andrew Wilson debate last week, we've added in the claim regarding the killing of Charlie Kirk. And then we have our trending topics, flock safety, backlash, and take a look at US voting rights. Building this out, we have latest news. And then we have a couple of categories for voting claims. And additionally, yeah, on the topic of the debate from last week, we have a story that was published to highlight the debate. And those are my updates for the week. And everyone's doing a great job with news submissions. And yeah, just overall really good work in both of the spaces.
Thank you, Dan, for the presentation. Some controversial content going up on Geo, especially the one about waking up early. I'm not an early bird. Looking forward to some debates on that. Please ping me when that's available. Okay, thanks everybody. Thanks, curators. That's all for the agenda. Yaniv, if you'd like some final words before we close the call.
What a great week. I'm just super impressed by all the demos, showing all of the content people have been adding throughout the week, and a lot of the rigorous thought process that's gone behind things like fact checking and sourcing. So I was just wowed with everything we saw today. So great work, everyone. And hopefully we're starting to see how, everything is starting to come together. The curating work around the news stories and the claims and the topics, it's really helpful and amazing to see it well organized in one place. And now with this additional UI with debating, really gives people a chance to go in deep on the areas where they're disagreeing. So I think it's really cool to see this all converging, and excited to roll this out to have more people playing around and testing things out. We'd love to have your feedback. So please, jump on when we reach out, and, pound on it. I think it should be a lot of fun. and excited to polish it all up. So thanks everyone. Have a really great productive week. I'll see y'all online. Thanks, y'all.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye. Have a good week.